where you have opportunity to take tutorials on your science courses such as physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, statistics, computer science, and every other science courses or subject that they are offering in your schools, either higher institution or basic or higher schools. Okay, so and we have continued with function. Taking mathematics. Okay, mathematics we usually have this topic under further mathematics in the high school, but in higher institution also consider it. So we contact is 070-3459-3318. Contact 070-3459-3318. Okay, so and we are going to continue from where we stop on function. We are going to take operation on function today. Operation on function. Under this operation of function, we have addition operation, subtraction operation, multiplication operation, division operation, composite function, and so on and so forth. Okay, but we continue from we take operation of function from composite function, because that is where students usually find it difficult to handle under operation of function. Okay, so when we talk about operation of function, as I said earlier, we are going to consider composite function first. Okay, so and in composite function, we try as much as possible to pick. We are going to be given two or more functions. We are going to pick one of the function and substitute it in the variable of the other function. Yes, and these are what you will see that will make you to know if I want to handle question on composite function. Such as we will see something like FOP. So F is a function, P is also a function. Okay, so or you can have a POF, you can have a KOP, you can have a FOK, you can have a KOF. We can also have, when it's a 3 times, FOP, OK. Or you can also have a FOP, OK, OD. Okay, you can have something like this. So, you can have more than that. But what do we mean by all this? What do we mean by all this? Just take this function and substitute it for the variable of this function. Yes, take this function, substitute it for the variable of this function. That is just pick this function, substitute for the variable of this function. That's all. Then, after substituting, you have to simplify. Yes, you have to simplify it. Okay? So, if we didn't see it this way, we can see it in another form. I'm trying to point you to the way you see a question that will make you to know that you want to handle composite function. Okay, we can have a F, X. Okay, just pick K and substitute it for F. That's what it means. You can also have K, F, S. So pick F, substitute it for K. You can also have K, F, K, F, K, F, P. I also have it this way. So just pick this, substitute it for F, and pick F for P. That is just. So we are going to take some question now, some example, so that you will be able to handle question on composite function. Be able to handle question on composite function. For example, we have function f of s equals to s plus 2. Okay, we have a k of s equals to s squared minus 1. Okay, we have p of s equals to s plus 2s squared minus 1. So let's also want to solve question now. Okay, let's give you number one we have f o p. Okay, number 2 we have k o f. Number 3 we have f o k. And then number 4 we have f o p o k. Okay, so now we solving them one after the other. Let's handle the first question, which is okay, let's do solution f o p. So we're going to pick the function of p and substitute for the variable. Variable are alphabets. Variables are alphabets. Okay, why these two you see here is constant. This one is here is also constant. This one is constant. So variable are alphabets in any function. Okay, so that means I have f o p equals to, I'm picking p and substituting for the x in f. So that means I have s plus 2s squared minus 1. So after I substituted for s, I know I need to find out that I still have 2 remaining, so I'll just make plus 2. Okay, so I will not simplify it. So that means I have 2s squared plus s plus 1. Because this is the only one just apart from each other. Okay, so every other one, there's nothing you can do about it. So this is the answer to question 1. So question 2 now. Question 2. I have a K-O-F. So I'll pick f, s plus 2, and substitute it for s squared. So see, when this is the power here is only 1, and when you came here, you meant power 2. So that means I'm going to have s plus 2. I'm written s plus 2, which is our f. Then I'm going to raise the power of 2 because the variable here is having 2. So I have a minus 1. So I'll simplify it. That means I have s plus 2 into another s plus 2. So I'll express it twice because the power is 2. You can see the power is 2. I'll express it twice. So I take my minus 1 and write it. So which gave me, when we open the bracket, we have s times s, we have s squared. S times 2, we have plus 2s. Then 2 times s, we have another plus 2s. 2 times 2, we have plus 4. Sorry. So this means I have a minus 1 here. So this gives us s squared plus 4s plus 4s. So this is KOF. This is KOF. So we will take the third question. The third question is FOK. So we are going to pick K and substitute it. We are going to pick K and substitute for F. That means we have s squared, okay, our very started, minus 1 is our the x we are going to substitute here. We have a plus 2. So FOK is equals to s squared plus 1. Is equals to s squared plus 1. Okay, so we take the third question. Which is the fourth question, which is FODOK. Yeah. So pick K, substitute it for P, then simplify and substitute the result for F. So our K is s squared minus 1. So first of all, let's handle POK. Let's break it and handle POK. So let's break it and handle POK. First. So that means I have x here. Then now I'm going to substitute as s squared minus 1. I'm going to substitute for x, then plus 2 into s squared minus 1. Okay, the 2 is the job that is multiplying the s squared. Don't forget that there's the power that is s squared. Then I have minus 1. Okay, so POP is equals to POK is equal to S squared minus 1 plus, so I'm going to open this bracket. I'm going to open this, express this bracket before we open it. So 2 into S squared minus 1, S squared minus 1. So POK is equal to S squared minus 1 plus, so let's open the bracket first. S squared times S squared will give us S raised to power 4. Don't forget that these two should be kept first. So that is to open any of them. So now for you not to commit to mathematical blunder. So S squared times minus 1, I have a minus S squared. Minus 1 times S squared minus S squared. Then minus 1 times minus 1, I have a plus 1. So I have a minus 1, right? So POK, don't forget that we have to see go to substitute for our F. So POK will give us S squared minus 1 plus, I will use this 2 to open the whole bracket, will give us 2S raised to power 4. So minus 1 minus 1 will give us minus 2 minus 2. So we have a minus 2S squared here. And this 2 we have a minus 4S squared then plus 2. Okay, so minus 1. So we see the bracket is off, so the minus 1 can come in. So that means we have a POK is equals to minus 1 minus 1 will give us minus 2. So plus 2 give us 0. So that means and we're having S cubed here, S squared here, minus 4S squared. So we are going to consider the coefficient. The coefficient here is plus 1, while the coefficient here is minus 4. So plus 1 minus 4 gives us minus 3. So that means we have 2S raised to 4 minus 3S squared. 2S raised to 4 minus 3S squared. Okay, we are going to take this. We are able to get POK. I'm able to get POK. So the next thing to substitute it for F. Substitute it for function for the variable with function F. So 2S raised to 4 minus 3S squared is what we are going to substitute. So what we do, we just say POK is equals to what do you have there? We have flip this, and substitute it for X. So we have a 2S raised to 4 minus 3S squared plus 2. Okay, there's nothing to simplify it. So this is the answer to this question. This is the answer. Okay, more question. Let's take more. If f of s equals to 2 raised by x, f of s equals to 2 raised by x, find f of x f 2 plus s. Okay, let's have this way. So in this kind of situation, you can see that we are having f of x. So what we only need to do is we substitute this 2 plus s for f of s, and for x, we substitute for x. Then this is f of s. We can't pick it and join it. Just use this f of s to multiply the original substitution you have made. Okay, so you can see this is what we mean by this. Just pick 2 plus s and substitute it for x. Okay. When that one is done, you now use 2 raised by s, because our f of x is 2 raised by x. But let's assume you don't have x here. We will get another question entirely. So that means I just substitute for x here, then the result is substitute for another x here. Okay? So that is what we do now. Solution. You can see this in only past question. Yeah, you can see it in federal university or yeah. You can see this kind of question there. So let's see. We are going to substitute. So f of s is equal to 2 raised by x. So that means f of s, f of 2 plus x is going to give us 2 raised to power 2 plus s. Okay, so I will substitute that 2 plus x for the x. So back we have our f of s multiplying the substitution. So we have which is 2 raised by s. You can see. So this is the f of s multiplying this. Okay. So this is composite and this is multiplication. Okay. So that's done. We will open the bracket. Don't forget that law of physics is very important here. Very, very important. So that means we are going to have 2. Because the base is equal, then we can add power. That is the law of physics. The base is equal, we can add the power. So 2 raised to the power 2 plus s plus, so when you multiply the add plus s. So it will give us 2 raised to the power 2 plus 2x. You can see? So this will give us, according to the law of physics, okay, when you have it, you're going to buy the power multiplication. So this base is 1 holding all the 2 of them together. So we give us 2 raised to the power 2 and 2 raised to the power 2x. 2 raised to the power 2 and 2 raised to the power 2x. So 2 raised to the power 2 is 4. So we give us 4 into 2 raised to 2x. This is the answer to this question. This is the answer to this question. So let's see another question. Other composite function. Other composite function. If f of s is equals to 2s, then equals to 3 raised by 3 raised by, or should I will give you as classwork or exercises. Let me give you as exercise. Let me give you as exercise. Okay, let's take other question. If f of s, don't forget, it may not be only f of s, it can be k of s, it can be p of s, it can even be d of s. Okay? So f of s is equals to 6s squared minus 8. K of s equals to s minus 1. Find the value of x for which f k of s equals to 3. So progress, just carry solution. Carry s minus 1 and substitute it for x here, so that we can get f k of s. So we have a f k of s, which is equals to 6 into s minus 1 all squared minus 8. So when we are done, then we now find x. So we have a f into k of s. Don't forget, it must be in modulus form. Okay, which is equals to 6 into s minus 1 minus 8. So we have a f into k of s, which is equals to s times s squared minus s plus 1 minus 8. So we have a f k of s equals to 6s squared. I'm already opening the bracket already. This minus 1 will give us minus 2s. So it will give us minus 12s plus 6 minus 8. The 8 must not come in unless 6 have already open the bracket. So we have 6s squared minus 12s plus 6 minus 8. So 6s squared, okay, sorry. Oh, let me have simplify it here. 6 minus 8 will give us minus 2. Then we are told that f k of s equals to 3. So let's substitute for 3 and now look for s. Okay? Very simple. So that means we have a f k of s equals to 3. So we have a 3 equals to 6s squared minus 12s minus 2. So So equate to 0. Lead out to quadratic equation. Yeah, lead out to quadratic equation. So we equate to 0. Equate to 0. So which gives us 6s squared minus 12s minus 2 minus 3 equals to 0. Okay, I brought 3 to the other side. So that gives us 6s squared minus, don't forget that when positive crosses the polarization sign, combine negative. And when negative crosses the polarization sign, become positive. So that's what happened here. So that you will not be confused that how do we get minus here. Okay, so 6s squared minus 12s minus 5 equals to 0. So you can easily solve this question using the quadratic equation formula. The quadratic equation formula. Though some people usually call it almighty formula, but the word almighty formula is wrong. It's very wrong because there are many equations that is mightier, many formulas that are mightier than that formula. But the reason why some will call it almighty formula because that formula feature in many of the subjects or courses. You see it in biology, you see it in Greek, you see it in physics, you see it everywhere. But the original name is quadratic equation formula. So we are going to use it to solve this question now. I'm going to use it to solve this question now. So what is this formula? This formula is right before x equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 is 2. So what happened here is that we are going to be substituting the question of this equation. So this equation is compared to this as squared minus bs, okay, minus c equals to 0. So compare it. That means our a is equivalent to 6. So a equals to 6, b equals to minus 12, and c equals to minus 5. So let us substitute it. Let us substitute it and see. Let us substitute it and see. So let's substitute it and see. That means that s equals to b is minus 12. So as it's coming, it meant another minus. So it's going to be plus 12. So plus or minus square root of 12 minus 12 square minus 4 times 6 times minus 5. Okay, over 2 times 6. So we have s equals to, so this one is taking longer time. There is no, you can do something like that. So we have a 12 plus or minus square root of 144. When the negative sign is squared, it becomes positive. When the negative sign is squared, it becomes positive. So minus 4 times 5 is 20 times 6, we have a 120. So minus and minus become plus. Okay? Over correct, yes. 120 over 12. So x is equal to 12 plus or minus square root of 144 plus 120. That means we are having 264 over 12. 264 over 12. So we're going to find the square root of 264. We're going to find the square root of 264. We're going to find the square root of 264. Okay. So it gave me 2 root 66. 2 root 66. That's equals to 12 plus or minus 2 root 66 over 12. So progress. You can also convert it to decimal if you like. If you like, convert it to decimal. Alright? So this gives s equals to, you notice that 2 is common. 2 is common, so we have 2 into 6 plus root 66 over 12. Okay? So 2 will reduce this 12, will give us 6. So s equals to 6 plus root of 66 over 6. So plus or minus, plus or minus. Okay, S is equal to, take the plus, take the negative side. So 6 plus 6 over 6. Or 6 minus 66 over 6. So if you convert the 66 to the decimal, then we are going to have something of this nature. But convert the 66 to decimal, we are going to have something of this nature. So look at 66 is 8.12. 8.12, 6 plus 8.12 over 6, or 6 minus 8.12 over 6. So this is about 14.12. That was 14.12 over 6. Or what we subtract, we have 0.8.1. 2.12 minus 2.1 over 6. So we can divide it further. When we divide it further, we have 0.35 of this. So that was x is equal to or 0.35. This is 14 divided by 14.12 divided by 6. Okay, so that is how to go about composite function. We can also have other questions. Other questions under composite function. Okay. Those questions I'm going to fix it under the exercises. So put it under the comment section. We need to hear from you. Okay? And I've already got my phone number 07034593318. Okay? So the question goes thus: if f of x equals to 3 raised by x, find f of x and f2 minus x. Okay, 2 minus x. Question 2. If f of x equals to s squared minus 6s minus 8, and a of x equals to 7s minus 1. Find f of k, that's a 1, 2, and from 2 of 2, that gives us a k of f. Okay, so if that's a 3, if f of x equals to 7 plus 3s, find f of